I'm Rita Alfaro. I'm the music librarian for Fort Worth Public Library, and we are doing Off the Record, our Q&A session with our Amplify 817 artists. And today we are interviewing me, Motor Scooter. Hi guys.
Hello.
Thank you guys so much for joining us today. We just have a couple of questions for you guys, music related, library related, Fort Worth related. Our first one is pretty much the cliff notes on who is me, Motor Scooter. Can you guys introduce yourselves, how you formed, and additional question we had from somebody was, how did you guys get your name?
All right, I'm Joe. I play bass.
I'm Sammy. I play guitar and I sing.
I'm Rebecca. I play keys.
I'm Jeff, and I play drums.
And I guess we met. I was in a different band based out of Dallas years ago, and Jeff and Sammy, we call him Chase sometimes, were in another band, and we ended up on the same compilation CD. So we met through that, and then we met Rebecca through the music scene. Her and I were in another band together before that. So.
Yep, and I was a big fan of Me Motor Scooter before, so it was an honor to jump on the Me Motor Scooter train.
Yeah, we needed a key player, and she was pretty perfect, so it stuck. And I think the first time we all met, I think was at Embargo.
Yeah, there was a random night that just all four of us were separately at Embargo, which we didn't know. We ended up kind of putting together later, but yeah.
Which is like a bar in Fort Worth that's not around anymore.
Yeah.
They used to have an open
Mondays.
mic. Yeah, so and I think this time there was like a couple different bands that we were going to go see, and also then I had a release show at the beginning just for a solo thing, opening up, and so I was there for that, and then you guys came to see another show. So.
No, we played right before you.
You
or
did?
after you or something. Yeah, we played the same night.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there you go. Do you want to talk about where the name came from?
Oh, the movie From Dusk Till Dawn. There's a scene where George Clooney, Seth Gecko's is his name in the movie. He says something to the guy that they're kidnapping, like you're messing with some real Me Motor Scooters or something. And it just felt like a good band name. So
Yeah,
It's
it
a
was
good,
originally going to be
euphemism.
an album title when we were
Right.
still in the sky.
That's
and then
right.
we decided, since it was different music, to change the name, and Me Motor Scooter seemed to work and fit. So
That's awesome. That's one of my favorite movies, so that's cool.
Awesome.
yeah.
I did not make that connection before, but it's been a while since I've seen it. So you guys were talking about venues. What are some of your favorite venues that you guys have played at? Some of your favorite local Fort Worth venues, or Dallas, or anywhere really?
I mean, we played when it was still a venue. The Grotto was like every weekend for a couple years.
That's where we cut our teeth. That's kind of where we learned to be a band. Was at the Grotto.
Which was right before you joined.
Yeah, I think you guys had me jump up on stage like right when I was like starting to practice with you guys, but didn't have
we
all
were
the songs
doing-
down. So but
Yeah, you were
wasn't
just
quite my
learning the
first
album
show.
and recording it. Yeah.
yeah, but that was like every weekend,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Yeah, pretty much.
that's what I thought I was jumping into, and I joined the Scooter, and then like I was like, oh cool, I'll get to play the Grotto every weekend, and then that's like right before the
right
Scooter
before.
got signed to Dirty Water Records,
Right.
and so
Yeah.
it's like, well actually we're gonna hit the road now.
Yeah, things changed
So I was like,
pretty
oh
fast
wow,
after that.
I was happy with this before I knew that. So
Yeah, but then we right now currently, or in non-pandemic times, we play Mass a lot. Main at Southside, we love that place. And Lola's, we like that. And then there's a couple places across the country that we like playing too.
Yeah, the scene is really growing here in Fort Worth, and I think a lot of people are missing out on some really great venues, so I'm glad you guys mentioned that.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's a ton of great ones. Twilight Lounge is awesome too. Tulips just opened. That's going to be a really good venue.
Lola's.
And Lola's, of course.
we did say Lola's.
We mentioned Lower. Yeah.
But it's just worth mentioning twice because we love
Totally.
it so much.
They really are. Them and Tulips, Jason from Tulips, shout out to them. They're really great with us, and they're really excited about Amplify 817. So we're excited about them and hoping to do some stuff with them. But back to kind of some music stuff. What kind of sparked your all's interest in music or performing? Who are some of your musical influences, whether they're local or big names or anything like that?
I can only speak for myself, but I grew up. I'd say I started playing guitar around 15 and just watching a lot of like Nirvana live videos and stuff like that. And I was like, that's what I want to do.
Yeah, I think pretty similar too. I don't know. My parents always listened to a lot of music growing up, so I just everything. A lot of classic rock,
Yeah, I
and
was
classic
gonna
country.
say classic rock. I mean, our musical tastes change all the time, and sometimes what we are listening to doesn't necessarily reflect what we're playing. Because I know a lot of us we listen to like country and all this other stuff. So, yeah. But I definitely grew up with the classic rock too.
I say Jeff probably has the craziest diverse influences.
I'm not even gonna try. It's too many to name.
We'd
Too
love for
many.
you to try, especially anything that's super obscure. If you want to talk about that or anybody you feel like it's underrated that people should listen to.
There's so many. There's just so many underrated bands.
There's this band
All
that
the place.
this band that we toured with, BBC. Do you want to talk about them? Because there's this Italian band.
You guys want to talk about
Underrated, they're
BBC? Because
awesome.
I all I got is just like they're one of the greatest bands
I
I've
know.
ever seen.
Yeah, we toured
We
with
had the
them,
honor of touring with
like
them.
on the West Coast, and they're from Italy, and they're so awesome. They're just a really
Unbelievable.
fun band. Their records are always amazing. But
So
yeah,
catchy.
it's spelled Beebeesea. But yeah, BBC. We can't say enough good things about them. They're awesome.
Yeah, really good people.
There's obviously a lot of really good local bands too. But
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Kyoto Lo-Fi, Phantom Mellow.
Yeah.
Chase is wearing a Henry the Archer shirt right now.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Henry the Archer.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I'm wearing a Hickoid shirt. They're not 817 local, but they're Austin, San Antonio, and we love playing with them when we go down there.
Yeah, Sir Duda and War Party is not a band anymore, but anything Cameron Smith does is always really great. Chillamundo, they're
Bruce
awesome.
Magnus,
Jack
Garage
Thunder and the
Garage.
Road Soda.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
So a lot of good really local bands and local Texas. I like to look into Texas bands as well because I think there's just a lot of really good talent across the state, and we're a big state.
we are. Yeah.
So what are some of your favorite places that you've played outside of Fort Worth?
San Francisco has always been really nice to us.
The DNA Lounge.
Yeah,
So
DNA's Lounge is cool. Oregon was fun. We went there for the first
Yeah.
time.
We played a couple really cool cities in Oregon that stages weren't always huge, but there was always a lot of fun.
It was definitely cool at the DNA Lounge when we played there the second time. There were people that had come the first time that came back out to see us, and it had been like a year since we went there
Yeah.
last. So
Crescent
that was kinda
Ballroom when you
cool.
guys met the Jodie Foster's Army.
Oh,
guys.
that's
yeah.
right, and the Meat Puppets.
And the
Yeah,
Meat
we played
Puppets
Crescent
bassist.
Ballroom in Phoenix a couple times.
That was really fun. They have an awesome green room,
Crazy.
and staff there is really nice.
Yeah, the Jodie Foster's Army guy gave Rebecca a fist bump.
Yeah, me too.
She was like, I don't know who that was. It was like, that's Michael Cornelius.
Speaking
What
of
would we
super
do
obscure
without you?
influences of Jeff.
Oh, they're not obscure. They're punk kids love those guys.
I'm like, I just fist bumped somebody because this was before COVID, so you just can randomly fist bump
Right.
people, But yep, and the DNA Lounge was where we got to meet Jello Biafra and
Oh, yeah.
hang out with him.
Very cool. And so how has COVID kind of affected, I know it's affected everybody here in the music community a bit, but how has it either hit you or how have you kind of changed your setup or things?
Well, I mean, we were used to playing, I don't know, like 2 shows a weekend, and touring and, playing all the time, and that obviously just completely squished that. We had 9 South by Southwest shows set up, and we just watched them one by one just drop off, and then finally, I think there was one that was holding out, and we're like, we're not going to make the trip down there for a Wednesday during all this stuff, so it's changed that, but luckily, Rebecca and I own a studio, and so Cloudland Recording Studios. So we just kind of buckled down, and all of us have just been in the studio instead of practicing when we normally practice. We just go to the studio and record stuff, and so that's the upside. Is I think we'll have some pretty cool new material coming out pretty soon.
So you guys are a local band, Fort Worth band. How do you feel like Fort Worth, the music scene, is changing, and how has it shaped y'all's sound?
Man, I feel like I didn't really know the Fort Worth local scene very well before we became a band, so I don't think I could answer that accurately. Because I mean, I've seen a change over the years since we've started, but I don't know how it's changed since before we were there.
Yeah, I'm a transplant. I mean, I've lived in Fort Worth for like 10 years now, but I didn't grow up going to shows around here or anything. But since we've been playing, it's changed a lot. A lot more bands are coming up, and a lot more venues have opened up, and it's really growing, kind of blossoming. It kind of feels like Austin did maybe 20 years ago or something, or from what we're told, I guess.
So I guess final question, if you guys want to plug anything, tell us about your social media, where can people find more info, music from you guys?
We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. I can't remember. I think we're just search for Mean Motor Scooter.
Well, you made that cool website too.
Oh, and we do have Mean Motor
TX.
Scooter, TX.com is our website, and it's yeah, that's a good place to go. But honestly, Google Mean Motor Scooter. We're what pops up.
And we have your social media on our Amplify 817 website, so if you guys want to check them out for free on amplify817.org, you can do that, and then check them out from there. So thank you guys so much for doing this with us. We really
Thanks for having us.
appreciate
Yeah,
it.
it's been fun. So much
Yeah,
fun.
and stay tuned for their performances.
You said you want it, I get it, believe it cause I said it. You heard it, never get it cause there's nothing to do. You better live it and love it, there's no one else above it. You kiss it and I got it, one something to do. You gotta bleed it and feed it, you kill it and you read it. Got everything you need it, now there's nothing to do. You better plan it, improve it, develop it, consume it. You did it cause we human, now there's nothing to do. Now I'm getting bored, I'm about to crawl out of my skin. Leave them wanting more so I can do it all again. Life is such a chore, I wonder when will this just end? Everything I've done, I gotta do over again. Alright then. You gotta breathe it, you beat it, you kill it, and you eat it. Got everything you need, and now there's nothing to do. You wanna plan it, and love it, you'll have to consume it. You did it cause you knew it, now there's nothing to do. You say you want it, I get it, believe it cause I said it. You heard it and forget it, now there's nothing to do. You better live it, and love it, there's nothing else above it. You can't live it, I got it, wanted something to do. I don't know what's wrong, I got a shadow in my soul. Something in my brain causing me to lose control. I don't have much time, so I'll try to make this quick. Everyone I love thinks that I'm a piece of This is all that I am, bones and flesh, consciousness living on land. I stare up at the black, wonder if anyone ever looks back. Creatures of the night, a fight and crawl their way into my mind. Things made of earth light, penetrate frontal lobes, giving me sight. Ow, ow, oh, oh. And I know I'm not a man with these fragile feeble words. Well, I myself giving free. Well, I'm Mother Nature's free. I am the scum between your toes. I am the snapshot to your nose. I am the black cat to your teeth. I am the cum stain on your sheets. I am the dark beneath your bed. I am the voice inside your the monster of your dreams. I am your voice, my seven dreams. I know I'm not a man. Put me undone, victim of consciousness, victory won. Let my silence unwind, I can hear actions that echo through time. Is my message received? Do you hear everything coming through clean? You should do as you are, exterminate all of your irrational thoughts. Oh, 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 oh.